Hello guys and welcome to a brand new Lampard at Chelsea video. After already discussing in the previous video how Lampard could attack Chelsea, how he could set up with Chelsea, how he could defend with Chelsea, we're now going to be moving on from how he would use that style and with what sorts of players he'll be using that with. That is why today we're going to be looking at the 5 most important players for Lampard at Chelsea to succeed in the coming years. When looking around at these sorts of videos online, they've kind of just been very generic, they've kind of just been bringing up the 5 of the youngsters. They've brought in Tammy Abraham, Hudson-Odoi, Loftus-Cheek, Reece James, Mason Mount. They've brought in all of what you'd think would be the typical Lampard players, but there's already players who are already at the club Chelsea last season who will be absolutely vital to Lampard succeeding, not only in his first season but also in the future of his tenure at Chelsea. I feel as if it goes further than just looking at the youth. There are some experienced players that are going to be absolutely vital for Frank in his opening years as manager, and that is exactly what we're going to be discussing today. I've picked my 5 and let's get started. The first one I actually decided to pick is Kepa Arrizabalaga. This guy, he certainly wouldn't have been in any of the other videos where you think, right, Lampard, Chelsea, who are your vital players? Kepa wouldn't really be at the top of anyone else's list, but in my opinion, Kepa's vital. He's a young guy for sure, but he's actually a leader and a very, very vocal one at that from the back. He's been massive for Chelsea of late. He was crucial in the Europa League winning campaign, provided some really, really great saves in the league last season, in all competitions really, and bar that minor little upset in the Carabao Cup final, he has had an extremely successful first season at Chelsea Football Club. And I just feel under Lampard that he's going to be vital. He's going to be called into a lot of saves this season, in my opinion, and there's going to be times where there's teams attacking us, we're under pressure, and Kepa, in my opinion, is going to be 1, a very vocal leader from the back, and 2, a vital asset for Lampard's Chelsea working well. In addition to this, we already spoke about how Lampard loves to play out the back with his team. He's not that route one as some people would expect, and Kepa's very good at that. He can play with his feet very nicely, he's very commanding in his box, which, he's not that good at claiming crosses, don't get me wrong, but he is a vocal guy. He's very, very confident, Kepa, for a young lad. He's in the Spain squad now with David De Gea, and in my opinion, he's going to be a vital asset for Lampard at Chelsea in more ways than one. Next up, guys, I've gone ahead and selected N'Golo Kante. People have also probably gone ahead and selected him because wherever new manager comes in, he's going to be vital for him. But I just feel as though I spoke about in my previous video, like I did in that video, that Kante is going to be absolutely vital for Lampard at Chelsea. Lampard will try and play a Chelsea system that allows us to play out the back. It allows us to be very, very attacking, but we also want cover. And Kante kind of defines all of that in one. He's really great at recovering the possession, as we previously spoke about. Go and check out my other Lampard video if you guys want a few more in-depth statistics or in-depth tactics as to how Lampard will set up Chelsea. But individually, N'Golo Kante is going to be massive, and we already spoke about this before, of course. But the way he resists the press, he's very good at playing out through that press, and he'll be vital for Lampard. He really will be, because that'll allow Lampard to play expansive football and also know that Kante's there covering him. I feel as if him next to Jorginho, Kovacic could be absolutely brilliant for Chelsea next season. And I know it's kind of an obvious pick putting Kante in there, but in my opinion, under Lampard's specific Chelsea, Kante will be vital. Unlike he was under Sarri's. I wouldn't say he was in, if you were strip picking the start of the year, who would be Sarri's 5 most important players for this season. I wouldn't say Kante would be in there, but I am going to go with Kante and Lampard, simply because of the football Lampard wants to play. I think Kante is going to be huge for that, and I think it actually suit him to a T. That lovely high press, the energy in that midfield, the covering in front of that back line. It's what Kante does. He'll scrap up in there, and then it'll expand through some expansive play too. He's growing that under Sarri, which has been a really great year of experience for him, in my opinion. Getting Sarri in there, he's very comfortable now taking the ball out from the back and distributing. So I feel as if under Lampard, using his defensive skills and then combating that with his attacking new abilities that he found under Sarri, Lampard and Kante is going to be an absolutely dream duo for Chelsea. Next up is who I hope Kante will be partnering next season in that 4-2-3-1 shape, or whatever shape we should use. I just want Kante and Jorginho in the midfield. I feel as if this man is probably one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, maybe even the world right now. Still a scapegoat of the club for many. The Chelsea fans who've been watching every game, they can see, they're all over Twitter saying, I don't know why this guy's still a scapegoat, but ever since Sarri came in and his results started going badly, Jorginho was to blame. But in fact, if you take Jorginho out of the Chelsea team, then all hell breaks loose. There's no stability, there's no one playing out the back. And in Lampard's Chelsea, similar to the way we spoke about Kante is going to be vital in that midfield, Jorginho complementing him is going to be just as important. Jorginho can often come in and collect the ball from deep in that regista role, which we mentioned in the previous video as well. That is going to be difficult for him to adopt at Lampard's Chelsea, but he can come in, collect the ball from deep, and then play long, or then play short. He's got a great passing range, Jorginho, and I feel as if, is this the season that he can get an assist under his belt? If we've got good attacking players, then yes it is. But with Hazard going, that's looking more and, well, less and less likely, let's be honest, guys. But putting the assist aside, Jorginho is going to be a vital player for Lampard next season, in my opinion. If he uses him, he has to use him, in my opinion. He cannot look over Jorginho. I think if he doesn't use him, the Chelsea fans will see the result of that. You need Jorginho and Kante in that two-man midfield, in my opinion, and maybe even Kovacic ahead, or Kovacic in with one of them. Maybe Kovacic and Kante. But what I would say is Jorginho next to Kante will be it'll be dream stuff for Chelsea next season. I feel as though we can probably see the real Jorginho in there next to Kante, distributing the ball and also using that game reading of his to help start Lampard's quick attacks. In a possession-based game that we are going to be playing under Lampard, like we spoke about, Jorginho could be key. I feel as if you take Jorginho out, you won't get that possession. And I think Lampard could actually use Jorginho massively, probably more than he himself expected. I feel as if when Lampard comes into the club, he'll think, right, who are my players here? Who are my midfield players? And when he sees Jorginho in that Chelsea shirt, he'll know that that's the man to pick next to N'Golo Kante. And next up, guys, I've gone for yet another midfield player, probably what should be our midfield three this season. Kante, Jorginho, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The man, when he returns to fitness, is going to be vital under Lampard. He was vital under Sarri, and this guy right now is probably the player that excites me the most at Chelsea Football Club. Watching Loftus-Cheek play is actually turning into a joy, and that's sort of the stuff you say when you're watching Neymar, Messi. I'm not comparing to them because that's just ridiculous. We all know that, Loftus-Cheek isn't that good, but he is a very, very exciting player. He really is. When he gets on the ball, things going to happen. He's good in the air. He can drive with possession. Lampard also recently mentioned, his ability to hold possession from deep. I could use him in a defensive role, Lampard said. In my opinion, I would use him in front of the two if he is doing that 4-2-3-1 shape, or in a 4-3-3 that Sarri did last season. Him, Kante and Jorginho, my goodness me, we've got gold dust on our hands here, boys. And in my opinion, if we play Loftus-Cheek in there, then Chelsea are going to be getting results, that is for sure. Using his abilities, if he was in that cam spot, he can pick the ball up from deep and drive and then get in the box too. I feel as if under Lampard's tutoring too, if Loftus-Cheek, if he learned some of those abilities that Lampard had in his playing career, where he often picked the ball up deep, played out wide, got back in the box, Chelsea are going to be in luck this season. Loftus-Cheek, one to look out for in my opinion, certainly in the top 5 most vital players for Lampard this season. How much he's going to feature with this injury, who knows? Will other players step in, such as Gallagher, Mount, Gilmour? I can't see them being better than Loftus-Cheek in my opinion. When the man returns, watch out. He's coming for the Premier League, he's coming for Europe. One of the biggest prospects in football right now in my opinion. He's getting older, but the talent's still there, and he keeps on getting better and better each year. Loftus-Cheek, certainly one to watch this season under Lampard. And 5th is probably going to be the one that surprises everyone the most. You would have thought I'd gone for someone else. One of the 5 youngsters I spoke about at the start, Hudson-Odoi, Abraham, Reece James, Mount. I haven't. I've gone for Willian. Now, hear me out here, guys. In my opinion, the last 2 seasons, or maybe even 3, Willian has been no way near his best, and I think that's obvious for everyone to see. Now, is this the season where he steps up? Let's just take your minds back to the 2015-16 season when Willian was our star player under Gus Hiddink and, of course, Mourinho for that short period of time. That was when Hazard was misfiring, when he wasn't getting on the score sheet, when he was being dropped, and Willian came into that limelight and stepped up big time. If Chelsea are going to be successful this season, in my opinion, Willian has to be one of the main attackers to drive us forward. We're going to have Hudson-Odoi, we're going to have Pedro, we're going to have Abraham, Batshuayi could be there, Giroud's another one, Pulisic is a new signing. There's options for us in the attack. Lampard's gone, but not all hope is lost. Yes, we're going to be weaker, there's no doubt about that. But despite the fact Hazard's left, we have Willian. And Willian, in my opinion, he's getting on to 31, 32 now. It's his time now to shine and show that I'm a leader of this team. I'm going to get the goals for this team. I'm going to step up when it matters most. And just watch out for Willian last season. I saw a few people saying on Twitter, this is Willian's time. And I couldn't agree more if I was being honest. I do think that this is Willian's year to prove himself, to say I'm here and I want to be in contention for every single game to be in the starting lineup. Because he is a fighter, Willian, and he is a winner. He wins wherever he plays. He just won in the Copa America with Brazil. He wins a lot, Willian. And I just feel as if he can step up to the level we know Willian can, he could be crucial for Chelsea this season. And I think Willian playing well will be vital to the way Lampard does in his first season. That's why I've selected him in the top 5 players. Feel free to criticise me in the comment section down below. I do feel as if maybe there'll be more exciting picks. Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Abraham, James, Mount, to name a few. But with my 5, I just try to think crucial for Lampard next season, who's he going to look to throughout the season? And in my opinion, those 5 are going to be vital. I hope when I look back, I'm right. If I'm wrong and there's other people that have stepped up, that's not an issue. But I just wanted to give you guys some of my thoughts as to 5 crucial players to look out for next season under Lampard. Because people have been talking about the youth, and I would agree with that. Youth is going to be exciting next season for sure. but there are these 5 names who are already at the club, very experienced players now for Chelsea, and they are coming for this season, in my opinion. This is going to be a really, really fun season. Those are my 5 players to look out for under Lampard this season. If you have enjoyed, drop a like on the video. I'll be back very, very soon with some more Barca, Chelsea and Spain related videos. Until then, goodbye.